Building a modern, fully automated factory, let's think about it for a moment, is one of the most massive and costly challenges a company can ever face. Today, however, we'll see the approach of a company that gives us a window into the future of production, showing us how to turn what seems like a colossal gamble into a strategic and safe investment. So, how will we approach this journey? We'll do it in 5 stages. We'll start with the problem, that is the enormous risk that companies take, to then discover step by step a solution that we'll see transforms that risk into a true guarantee of success. Well, let's start at the heart of the problem, the challenge every manufacturer faces when they have to design a new production line from scratch. Here's the million-dollar question, literally, because we're not talking about a simple technical decision. No, this is a strategic choice that can decide the fate of an entire company, its success, or in the worst case, its failure. And when we talk about a gamble, the figures are staggering. Every single decision, from the choice of a specific technology to the configuration of a robotic arm, carries a weight of millions. A mistake here doesn't just mean losing a lot of money, but also very precious time and, above all, the advantage over the competition. And the risks? Well, they're not just a matter of money. Let's talk about concrete things. Imagine choosing the wrong welding technology and only realizing it when the plant is already built. A disaster, or development times that stretch out indefinitely, without a certain end. And finally, the biggest risk, finding yourself with a low-quality product and disappointing productivity, which doesn't justify the investment. And that's exactly where an idea as simple to say as it is revolutionary in practice comes in. What if you could do a test drive of the entire production line, even before building it? This analogy, in my opinion, is perfect. It conveys the idea great. Exactly like a pilot trains for hours on a simulator to be ready for every eventuality. A company can now simulate and test its future production line to ensure that everything runs smoothly from the very first day of operation. In concrete terms, this solution has a name: Welding Test Area. What is it? In short, it's a super advanced laboratory, a physical space where customers can experiment, analyze, and validate the welding technologies best suited to their products before committing even a single euro to the construction of the final plant. And the benefits? Well, they're the direct answer to all those risks we've just seen. First, startup times are reduced. Second, problems are found when they're still small and easy to solve, not when they've become million-dollar mistakes. And third, you get the guarantee of superior quality and productivity right from the start. Okay, now let's open the doors of this hub and go see what's happening inside. How does it really work? Inside, there's practically the entire arsenal of modern industrial welding. You can experiment with anything, from the surgical precision of fiber lasers to incredibly versatile and advanced methods like MIG and CMT, all the way to classic resistance welding. The goal is just one: to find the perfect combination for that specific product and material. But wait, the real magic of this place isn't just in the machinery, it's in the people. It's an environment designed for collaboration. Here, clients aren't passive spectators, but work side by side with the engineers. Together, they define goals, test solutions, and design the best strategy for their factory. This, you see, completely changes the rules of the game. The old approach of design, build, and cross your fingers, which is full of uncertainty, is abandoned for a virtuous cycle. Test, analyze, validate. And only then, with the absolute certainty that everything works, do you build. And you think that's all? Not at all, because the physical test area is just the tip of a much, much larger iceberg. In fact, all of this is part of a broader strategy called the LEAS method. It's no longer just an isolated test, but a complete approach, a philosophy that puts the digital world first and integrates it with the physical one. It combines simulation, real data, and Industry 4.0 logic. The workflow becomes a cycle of continuous validation. It starts with the virtual, using simulations and virtual reality to get an initial digital OK. Then it moves to the real world, with physical tests in the dedicated area, providing concrete data. This data is analyzed in a super rigorous way to certify quality. And finally, the entire system is designed with the future in mind, for predictive maintenance and the smart factory. Now, this is the heart of the whole system, the famous digital twin. Virtual simulation and physical testing aren't two separate worlds, but work in perfect symbiosis. The real test serves to confirm, with data in hand, that the digital model's predictions were correct. This creates a feedback loop that makes the process almost infallible. So, At the end of the day, what does all this lead to? What's the final result, the tangible gain of such an approach? Well, the incredible thing is the versatility. The solutions born from this method apply to very different sectors. It ranges from household appliances, where you get quality and consistency unthinkable before, to automotive, where the watchword is total safety. And then again, increased productivity in the energy sector and a very fast return on investment in logistics. In the end, if we had to distill the entire philosophy into an easy-to-remember formula, we could use the 4 Ps. Here they are, the 4 pillars. Absolute precision in processes, productivity that isn't a hope but a guarantee, and investment protection from nasty surprises. And a payback, that is to say a financial return which is both fast and secure. It is these 4 elements that transform a risky project into a genuine success. And this brings us to one final reflection. In a world that demands products that are increasingly complex and high-performing, perhaps this approach of testing, first of all, is no longer just a smart choice. Perhaps it has become the only possible way to continue innovating in a competitive and, above all, sustainable manner.